am Dr. Zen Johnson. Welcome to Unlearning Life as We Know It. I believe that we all deserve to be happy and that we have the ability to unlearn the old ways, learn new ways, and grow to become the greatest version of ourselves. Start your journey to a happier life right now. Thank you so much for joining. This is the beginning of so many of a new podcast that I've just started, and I'm so excited. I'm doing it by myself. I'm stepping outside of my box. I'm stepping into a zone that is very, very uncomfortable for me. But here I am. I am Dr. Zen Johnson, and welcome to Unlearning Life as We Know It. Let's talk. Like, the whole point of this right here is for me to come to you in a very soulful, non-egoic space, and that you hopefully hear me with an open heart, and it's talking to you in a soulful manner, and you're catching it in a soulful manner and not in an egoic space as well. That is my goal in this. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm very excited about this. This is going to be cool. This is going to be, like I said, first of many. And it's a journal, so I'm excited. So today our topic will be about self-love. I chose this as the first topic because I feel as if, how can you go and talk about all of these other topics within this podcast without first just starting with self, right? Just let's find peace with ourselves. Let's love ourselves. What's up? Let's get in touch with all of this, right? This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm wanting for us. So we're going to start off with self-love. First episode. Here we go. First, let's just start off with some nice deep breaths. And the whole point of doing this is that we just open up our heart, open up our eyes to what we are really here to take in and do, and kind of leave behind what is no longer serving us. So let's just take 3 deep breaths. Let's do it. All right, y'all. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I feel better. I hope you all feel better. Wow, it's amazing what just taking some deep breaths can just do for you, right? You get high off your own supply, you know what I mean? So it's cool. It's real cool. So let's talk about self-love. Let's just jump right into it. Whenever I think about what do I need to unlearn about self-love, it's really, I need to unlearn, I've had to unlearn that being selfish is not bad. Somewhere down the line, we have been taught that if you're selfish, oh, she's so selfish. Oh, he's selfish. Oh, your mama, your daddy, your sister, they selfish. They just want to do whatever they want to do. But if you think about it, that is so backwards. And I have unlearned, and I'm still in the midst of it. It's still a practice. Every day is a practice. But I'm aware, and that's what's key. And that's why we're having this discussion, because maybe it'll make someone else aware, right? It's okay to be selfish. You're supposed to be selfish. If you're not selfish for yourself, then that means you are just feeding into the next person's selfishness, right? Okay, so meaning if your friend wants you to do something for them, right? It's what they want, right? So they have a selfish need. But if you decide not to do it, then they would say, if you decide not to do it, just say you have something else you would rather do. It doesn't matter. You have to give no excuses at all. But if you decide not to do it, then they would say, oh, she is being selfish. But it's like, okay, yeah, I am being selfish. Thank you very much. I've been working on this. Thank you. I am being selfish. But if I'm not selfish for me, then I'm just feeding what you want me to do, which aren't you being selfish by asking me to take my time to do something for you? But if I choose it for me, then I'm wrong. Let's unlearn that. Nah, that's not working. That is not working. It's not working at all. Like, it's okay to be selfish. Selfish is not a bad word. It means you're taking care of yourself. It's meaning you're putting yourself first. And if you don't do it, then who's going to do it for you? Tell me. I'm waiting. Right. So I advise us all to be a lot more selfish than we have been in the past. It will only do us right. And the more that we take care of ourselves and put ourselves first, then it actually feeds the energy that we're able to share with others, right? If you don't take care of yourself first, honestly, if you do not take care of yourself first, you are worthless to everyone else that has to deal with you. Because you're miserable. It makes no sense. You're miserable. Because at some point you're going to say, oh my goodness, I have spent years trying to satisfy you, and ain't none of y'all satisfied. So what was my point? Have any of you all ever felt that? Like, I've done everything I can do and you're still not happy. What more can I do for you? Because it really comes down to the point that you need to be satisfying yourself. Make sure you're happy first, and then share that energy with other people. You're never going to make someone else happy. You can't do it. You got to find it within yourself, and they have to find it within themselves. It's not your duty. It's not your job. That's like a whole nother podcast, actually. It's not your job, though. So, yeah. I've learned that selfishness is a bad thing. That ain't true. Try it. As a matter, if you think I'm lying, try it and let me know, how it works out for you. And get back to me and tell me if I'm lying or not. Let me know. Honestly, I would love it. I would love to hear. So another point in regards to self-love, like, what does it mean to love yourself? For me, I would say that love in general is to accept as it is or as they are. To have unconditional love. That's what love really, really is. It's acceptance. It's not saying I will accept you if you do this. It's I accept you right now. So whenever I put that back on self, it would be me saying, I accept myself right now. Instead of, I'll love myself when my hair grow longer. Oh, I can't wait till my hair grow longer. Oh, when my hair grows longer, it's going to be so, no, boo-boo. I love it right now. In the midst of its journey. I love my hair right now. I love me right now. Right? It's not about loving myself when this occurs. And that can be rather it's like a physical part of my body or accomplishing something, right? Like, oh, I'll love myself when I get married or when I have a baby or when sometimes these things happen and we don't even realize they're happening. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind. So I think of self-love as accepting myself. I'm still working on this. And honestly, doing something such as this podcast right here is a part of me doing my work. Like, this is a huge part right here of me practicing self-love upon myself. You know, the biggest test is whenever you do a playback and you really look at yourself and you're like, wow, oh, look at this, look at that. You start noticing things that you never noticed about yourself, and probably things that other people would never notice about you. But you can just start digging at yourself. It's amazing how you can be negative towards yourself. Like, if you can't love yourself, then how do you expect someone else to? And how can you love the next? I mean, think about it. It starts with you. It all starts with you. There will be a lot of topics that I will discuss on this podcast right here. And it's all going to turn back to you. You have to look back and just point the finger at yourself and be like, oh my goodness, the responsibilities that I have and have had in my life. Yeah, it's deep, y'all. It's deep. So accepting myself as I am. That's the first part. Like, that is self-love. Like, that is how I begin to love myself. So then let's talk about that. Like, so how do you love yourself? Okay, so once you realize the definition, right, of what it is, at least of what it is, for me, as I said, just having that acceptance of yourself, right? And you know what, the best example, and I've learned this in becoming a mother, thank God, that the gift that they have given me is to understand, one of many gifts they've given me, is to understand what love is, right? Because you can read it. Let me tell you, baby, you can learn a lot by reading. And this is why whenever it comes to like college and all that other, whatever, whenever it comes to all this education that you can receive, and believe me, I have received a lot of education, honey, but whenever it comes down to it, words on a book don't mean shit. It's experiences. Experiences teach you everything you need to know. It'll have them words on the book looking like they mean nothing. Experiences will teach you everything you need to know. Really. So my children, I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, 2 little boys. The 3-year-old, his name is Peace, and my 1-year-old's name is 11. And they are my biggest teachers in life at this time. But they have taught me what the true meaning of unconditional love is and acceptance is. They've taught me that, like, to the utmost, right? So now I look at them and I'm like, man, the way I accept them, the way I love them, like, this is how I'm supposed to be with everybody and myself. Oh, Lord, I got some work to do. Right? Like, this is what God means whenever he says love. This right here. Oh my God. Okay, I got work to do, but I can step up to the plate and I can do that work. So I'm working on myself. So how do I love myself? And I would love to hear how you all love yourselves too. Like, please join the Facebook group. Let's start like sharing ideas, help each other out. But how do I love myself? I can say that I move my body. I meditate on a daily. I move my body. I take care of myself. Like, I watch what I eat. I go on walks. I may bike. I do my yoga. I really make sure that my body is in a good space, right? And I do things that connect my mind, body, and soul. So that's my yoga. And then, mentally and keeping a healthy mind and staying in touch with my soul, staying in touch with my true self. That's where my meditation comes in. Other ways that I love on myself, I take myself out on dates. I do. I do. Um, on a regular, I would say a couple of times a month, I make sure I take some time out for myself. And that can be like, oh, I want a beach day. Okay. Like, let's pack up, let's do that. Or if I go to a movie, or if I take myself to lunch, or maybe dinner, simple things. Or if I just want to date myself at home, I do have a time of the week, like once a week, that I give myself where I'm alone and I do what I want to do. That may just be like, I want to sit on the couch and read a book, or I want to veg out and get caught up in this amazing series. Or if I want to write, or if I want to create something, like, but that's me just like staying in tune with myself. I think that, I'm here, I have, children, I have a husband, and I am in a space where life can become very, very busy. We have businesses, we have jobs, we have events, we have friends, we have family, we have life going on. But I can say that I do make a point to love myself by giving myself a beat. Like, I give myself a minute, I give myself that time. That's very, very important for me. Very important. And it makes a difference. It really does make a difference. Another way that I love on myself, if I don't want to do something, I do not do it. This is a practice. This is a practice. It takes a while to get to this space, but I'm in this space now. I really think about, like, do I want to do that? Do I want to go there? Do I want to be around that person? No. Sorry, I won't be there. Nope. I don't want to go. Nope. You can't talk me into it. I just don't want to. And I'm a lot more stingier with my energy. Yeah. I'm a Pisces. My birthday is February 19th. And it takes a lot. I'm an introvert, although I can be an extrovert. But believe me, I can extrovert my ass off, and people will love it. Oh my goodness, wonderful! She's so hot. I am wonderful. Believe me, I'm very wonderful. Believe me. But believe me, after that event, or after I leave that person's house, I get back in my car, I get back home, and I'm like, oh my God, my gas tank is on E. And then I have to spend the next day to fill it back up, But I'm also learning that if I'm around certain people or doing certain things where it's an exchange of great positive energy, then my gas tank is not on E, right? I've picked up on this, I can come back and my gas tank is still on full. It just happened over the past weekend. I had an amazing, went to an amazing yoga event with 3 other amazing ladies. And it was an amazing event, an amazing conversation, an amazing energy that was shared. And for the rest of the day, I was on a high. And I was like, okay, see, that works for me. Like, I'm watching, like, who I'm entertaining myself with, who I'm sharing that energy with. And if I'm not feeling it, I am exiting stage left. Like, no, I won't do it. I won't go to that event. I won't go to that party. I won't be around that person. I'm choosing me. I'm choosing me. And I have to keep my tank full because I have a lot of people depending on me. Like, in my home, I have a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, a husband that's, looking at me, right? And I'm looking at them. We have energy that we need to share. So, and I need to just stay full for myself to be able to share with them. So, yeah, I say no. And I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's a practice. Sometimes I'm like, oh, wait, what do I need to give an excuse? Do I not? So I'm still trying to get comfortable with it. But it is one of the ways that I find to be very healthy to really like love on myself. So, yeah, that's just a couple of the ways that I go, about it. So a question, as I was thinking about this topic, a question that I thought to myself is like, man, can you fall in and out of love with yourself? And whenever I thought about that, the answer is yes, most definitely. I have fallen in and out of love with myself. Just as you can fall in and out of love with someone else, whenever you think about it, it's like you've done it with yourself. So can you really get mad if someone falls in and out of love with you? So, for example, I can say be in a great space, right? Loving on myself, this, that, and the other. This is actually a very recent, very recent. I was like, yeah, I love myself. I've been doing all this healing work. I'm good. I love myself. I love myself. And then all of a sudden a little trigger came up and I was like, oh, I still need to work on that. I realized I don't, let me change my words. You see that right there? I realize I am still learning to love my skin, like the skin on my face. Yeah. I have it programmed in my head. You have skin like your daddy. You got skin like your daddy. You got skin like your daddy. Like, and my dad's skin is very similar to mine, like our pores are very similar. We get clogged pores, we can get scarring, we really, really have to take deep cleaning. And it's something that it's in our family, right? But whenever you hear that, it's like, it doesn't make you feel like your skin is beautiful. It makes you feel like you got work to do, And so here I am now at 37 and I realized, God damn, I don't like the skin on my face. So I'm thinking, oh shit, I gotta work on that. So now I'm making a point to stand in the mirror and look at my skin and say, I love my skin. I love my skin. I gotta reprogram. I have to like record over the old recording, right? So whatever is going on in your head repeatedly for years, you have to then find a new way of loving yourself, find some new verbiage to put over that. And I love my skin. I love my skin. I love my skin. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, wow, beautiful skin. Wow, I have beautiful skin. I love my skin. I love my skin the way it is. I love my skin the way it is. I am grateful for the skin that I have because it has protected me. It has gotten me this far. I love my skin. I love my skin. Now, this is a new recording that I am in the midst of recording right now. And I have years of the old recording. But my point is that it may take a while, but at least I'm starting. At least I'm starting. At least I have the awareness to start from somewhere. And it's work, it's believing in yourself. And it's not being a victim. It's not being a victim of, oh, they said to me, and then like disliking that person for putting that recording in your head, right? Like it's none of that. Like I'm pushing all of that. Ain't got nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with anyone because I have the control. I have the control here. And I have made a decision to start a new recording. I love my skin, right? So I thought I was like totally in love with myself and, oh, I got this. And then I realized there's still, a certain part that I'm like, damn, I forgot about that. I'm being mean to myself about that. I'm being mean to myself about that. That other person, whoever started that recording is gone, long gone. right? Ain't said nothing about my skin in years, right? But I still have the recording. I'm still being mean to myself. I'm still unloving myself. So most definitely you can fall in and out of love. And depending on what's going on in your life, you can be in a space of like depression or overworked or no time to spend with yourself at all because you're running around doing this and that and the other, and you just forget about yourself. You look around and you didn't gain weight. You're not taking care of yourself like you used to. You look in the mirror, or the best telling is somebody take a picture of you, and then you look at that picture and you're like, oh my God, why didn't anyone tell me? Has that ever happened? It has definitely happened to me. It has definitely happened. I said, did nobody tell me? No one told me I had gained weight like that. No one told me I was dressed like that. I would never come out the house looking like, what is happening? Okay, I have not been loving myself. That's what it is. Okay, let me get this together. Let me get this together. So most definitely you can fall in and out of love with yourself. Most definitely. And if I can do it with myself, I can't blame someone for doing it or feeling that way towards me. It's natural. Things happen. And it's okay. Like, it's okay. I don't think the work is ever done. I think that this is something that we have to continuously work on. We have to continuously keep in mind. We have to continuously make a priority to love ourselves. The work will never be done. Life will happen. Things will come up, and it's easy to get off task and say, oh, this is a priority, not this. Oh, I just had a baby. Now I'm all over this. I'm doing that. Oh, I just started a new job. Oh, I just started a new business. Oh, I'm taking care of this parent, or I'm doing whatever it is. And it's all of these, like you start outsourcing all your energy, outsourcing it all. And we have to remember to bring it back in, right? But things pop up in life and we have no control over those things. But we do have control over the fact of like, no, I'm the priority here. First, let me get myself together first. I cannot share with anyone else until I get myself together first. So I don't think the work is ever done. So another question that I then asked myself, I talk to myself a lot, huh? And I'll ask you all, I would love to hear, what do you love most about yourself? What do you love most about yourself? It's important to realize like great qualities about yourself, just like you can talk about other people, or your children. Someone asks you how your kids doing. Oh my God. Da, 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 da. It's amazing how we can go on and on about our children, right? But we talk about ourselves and we just say, all right, like, what do I love most about myself? Answering that question for me, I love the intuition that I have. I love that I've been blessed with such strong intuition. I realize that I have a gift in being able to empathize with other people. Not everyone has that ability. And at one time I did not love that about myself because I would just feel it. You say something and I feel it. You tell a story and I feel it. Like I'm in it, right? And I used to say, oh my goodness, like it's heavy. Oh, that's heavy. And that's why I have labeled myself, which probably isn't the best thing to do either, but as an introvert, right? Because it's a lot. Having conversations with people, it's a lot because I'm taking it in. I'm feeling it. But the beauty in that is I can empathize with that person. Like I understand them. And so then people usually feel very comfortable with me. They feel that they can finally open up to someone because I have the ability to empathize with them. And that's what a lot of people want and need, you know? So it's something that at first I used to be very bothered by, but I've learned to really love it. Like it's a gift. I'm grateful for it. Also, I really praise myself on being like non-judgmental. That comes pretty natural for me too. Like I can hear your story and I can kind of put myself in your shoes and I can say like it could be anybody, I don't make a habit of judging people, or if I find my ego going into that, I can bring it back and like, no, you gotta remember this and that, and you just never know, right? So and I can help other people look at things in a very non-judgmental way so that they too become open to learning life. Everyone is dealing with life in the best way that we can, right? And you just never know. So that's another way that another quality about me that I really do love. um and I understand my area where I'm still trying to learn to love myself. um and there may be more to that. I'm sure I will walk away from this even thinking like, all right, you know what's something else? Like I'm eager to do the work. I love to do the work. I'm not afraid to do work. That's something I'm proud of. And I'm not just talking about like physical business, entrepreneurship work. I'm talking about like work within myself. I'm talking about work uh, with other people. you know, I am not afraid of self criticism or criticism healthy criticism that someone else may share with me. I'm not afraid of that at all. Not at all. I can take that and do something with it to make myself a better person. Um, and that's actually what I love. The circle of people I have around me right now, I really, and I have not always had this, so I don't take it for granted. But the circle of people that I have around me right now are great in the way of they let me know if they see an area within me that I can work on. And they bring that to my attention. And I appreciate that so much because if you just have a lot of people around you that's just praising you, clap, 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 clap. And oh, you're doing everything perfect. Oh, you're doing everything right. Even though they may be talking behind your back or looking at you sideways, knowing that your attitude is bad or you're negative or you're egoic or whatever it is. And they're not bringing that to your attention to help you grow, to help you be a better person, to be a better soul amongst us, then they're really not helping. They're not helping you. They're just being a cheerleader, but I can cheer myself. I need someone to say, but this is how you can be even better. Oh my goodness, thank you. Oh my goodness, I did not know. Oh my goodness, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Now let me sit with that and see what I can do with that. Like that's very important. And you never know who the messenger will be. You never know. You never know. So I'm just grateful for the circle that I have. I have an amazing bonus daughter. Uh, and my bonus daughter is real. Like she has brought things to my attention. I'm able to really understand her, and I think she says things and doesn't even realize that she's saying it, right? Or I'm able to really. I have a great seat where I'm able to see her and observe her life now as she's a adult and she's living life, and I'm able to observe her life and where she is and the positive and or negative impacts of childhood, and how she is working through that and how I am working through that. And we're able to share things with each other. But also what I learned from her is helping me be a better mother to these two young boys that I have, looking at me as well, right? So I'm telling you, I'm blessed to have a good circle. If you do not have a good circle, get rid of those that you have. Don't wait for new ones to come. Get rid of them, okay? Get rid of them and make the space for the real ones to come. Get rid of what you have. Get rid of what you have and make the space for the real ones to come. Think about where you were whenever you were the happiest. When you were the happiest, what were you doing? Who were you with? And it can look something like, all right, man, I was really happy back in 2018. When I really think about it, I was the happiest in 2018. Okay, so what was happening in 2018? Let me think about it. Oh my goodness, man, in 2018, I was working at such and such. In 2018, I was friends or not friends with such and such. In 2018, I took this vacation and that vacation. In 2018, I was working out on a regular. Like, make a list of what you were doing in your happiest time. And whenever you get that list, really think about it. Really look at it and say, man, so this is what I was doing when I was the happiest. And when I look at my life now, I ain't doing none of that. I'm so far away. I'm not doing any of these things. So how can I bring this back in? What can I do? Right? So make a list. Make a list. So we have our homework. That's the homework. Let's work on that self-love. Once we get all of that, get all ushy and gushy about ourselves and hug ourselves. And another thing, tell yourself that you love yourself. How often do you do that? When's the last time you told yourself you love yourself? I love me. I love me. I probably tell myself that I love myself a few times a week. But it should really be a few times a day. Yeah, it should really be a few times a day. Just like I do with any of my other loved ones in my life, right? But if I put myself first, if I really love myself, it's amazing what affirmations can do for you. And that's another tool, different affirmations that you can use. I am worthy. I love myself. I am beautiful. I am happy. Hey, work on those affirmations and tell yourself that you love yourself at any point in time. Hug yourself. Wrap your arms around yourself and hug yourself and give yourself a deep squeeze and just tell yourself, I love me. I am golden. I am knocking it out. I'm living life. I'm making it. I'm doing the best I can. I love me. Start there. Start there. Please share with me. I would love to hear any questions that you all may have, any topics that you all may want me to cover. Please add those to the group. Feel free to just reach out and just share, like, how does this self-love relate to you? What are you doing? What are you not doing? What do you need help with? Like, let's talk about it. Let's share. That's what this is all about. It has nothing to do with egos. Our souls are here. Let's connect. Let's learn from each other. Let's do better. Let's be happier. Let's just be happier, powerful, peaceful beings. Because at the end of the day, and this is what we have to remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are not human beings. We are spiritual beings first. But we're here to have a human experience. So let's lead with our hearts. love with our hearts, right? See things with our eyes. And just really focus in on that. Focus in on that and create strong mindsets, and life becomes easier. So let's all just work together. Let's support each other. Let's be good to ourselves. Start with ourselves. That's what this is all about. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back next week with another great session. And let's share. Let's share. Please pass this on to other people. Subscribe. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Have a great one. I am Dr. Zen Johnson, and you've been listening to Unlearning Life as We Know It podcast. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Dr. Zen Johnson. If you haven't yet, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Join me next week for another awakening conversation. Thank you for listening.